What would you do if Facebook shut down? You can't use social media, you can't use Instagram.
Episode number 4, in light of today's worldly activities of Facebook going down and the world shutting off and freaking the fuck out.
Shutting off.
We're going to talk about what happens if Facebook actually did shut down.
Yes.
And
yes.
what would we do to grow our business?
What
would Lynn do?
Even if Facebook shut down, no social media, no Instagram, people spending less time on the toilet, people are not procrastinating as much, people having their lives back, people actually talking to each other because they have to talk. Holy shit, what a crazy 24 hours it's been. Not that it's been 24 hours, but I only just realized that Facebook wasn't active this morning when a whole bunch of people in the workplace were like, "Lynn, Facebook is off." I don't know what happened. Do you know what happened, Karen? Like with Facebook?
I really didn't know, to be honest.
Apparently they need to do a bit of a systems upgrade. What's really funny is Facebook are down, but they still manage to extract money from your advertising account, which is crazy. So if you don't have your ad account switched off, then I'd be emailing them for a bit of a refund though. So good morning. We've got a few people jumping in. What would you do if Facebook shut down? You can't use social media, you can't use Instagram. Tons and tons of people are freaking out because that means their business, if they've got a big following, they disappear, they evaporate. No more swiping up to buy my ebook, guys. No more putting in links to buy my shit.
Funny topic to follow on from yesterday's topic as well, from organic content, right? Because all that goes.
All of your organic content goes. And I told my guys this morning, because there was the same conversation we had inside a workplace. I think Stephen Miller posted inside of the group, "Guys, what the fuck? Well, Facebook shut down." And I go, "Fantastic." The first thing I begin to look at is this concept of, number one, I think we spoke about this in episode number 2, build a business so good that people would highly want to recommend you. And a lot of the times business practices comes down to, number one, building a fucking amazing product. You got to build an amazing product. If you're afraid to ask people for a recommendation because you're like, "Hey guys, I'm going to focus on you and I'm not going to focus on marketing, and I'm going to focus on building an amazing product. And what I want you to do is I want you to refer people, because this is how our business generates revenue in order for us to be in business. We want to serve you to the highest level. We don't want to focus on marketing. We want to spend all of the money to create a better teams, better resources, better time we'll spend with you." And if you can't go to your clients to ask them for help, to go, "Hey, you know what? We're going out of business in a month." I was having a conversation to one of our clients, Jason, and I told him, "You've got 17 clients right now, dude. Like, your goal should be taking those 17 and turning it into 25, then taking the 25 and turning it into 34, trying to figure out how you can deliver more value to them than what you're," and he's working with clients in the gym, right? And I was like, "Dude, deliver more value to these people in the gym, offer them online coaching, offer them online support, write up all their programs with their app, give them coaching, one-to-one mindset, or have a community wrapped around that. Tell them to come in, then they can have access to unlimited classes and come and do live workshops every weekend, and then offer that up as a monthly package. And then go, look, you get this for $200 a month." And so you stop trading time for money, but the value proposition is far greater because now you're focused on results. Now you've got a community outside of the gym to do, 24/7 stuff. You're not doing one-to-one sessions anymore. A lot of trainers do one-to-one sessions. And then you get to charge a premium for one-to-one sessions if that client still wants to do one-to-one. But you go, "Hey, here's a value proposition for you for $200 a month. You either get 3 sessions a month with me, or you get all of this, unlimited access to these scheduled classes, this group, I'll program you, you get to come to the weekend workshops," like what I used to do with hybrid. And the value proposition is so much greater. And so when they come in, you can immediately ask for a referral. You can immediately go, hey, if you bring a friend along this month, both you and your friend get a free week. Bring a friend for free. And so when you move yourself out of that time for money trap, you can leverage yourself. That's when things begin to change. Most fitness coaches don't know how to create value and leverage value. So I always start at this, because especially if Facebook was to shut down, because there's two principles, right? If you begin to build all of your organic reach on Instagram and Facebook and it shuts down tomorrow, and this is why I don't like organic, because you don't have an email list, you don't collect people's data, it's not your data, you can't email them. I would be looking at these things. I'd be looking at step number one. I would go to my product first. I'd go to my clients. I'd go to them and I'd ask them a second, how do I turn my 15 clients, online, offline, no line, wherever they are, how do I turn this into 25 without trading more hours, but increasing drastically the value? Okay, leverage. Most people trade time for money. What we want to do is we want to create a product and service where it doesn't matter how many people come in, I'm still going to do the same amount of stuff, which is why having a group coaching session is fantastic, which is why online coaching is fantastic, which is why programming their app is fantastic and giving them accountability through the app, which is why running workshops is fantastic. And body fat measurement seminars where they come in and get all their skin folds done. And that's where you can kind of leverage yourself a lot more. And the first thing I'd be looking at this. Because what's really funny is we spoke about organic marketing yesterday, and I said, look, engagement is going to go down anyway. So for some of these guys, because they might have 10, 15, 40,000 followers, they're not getting that many engagement. It really doesn't matter that the outage today didn't actually affect their business. Didn't do anything for them. They weren't going to get clients yesterday. They're not getting clients today. And so here's where paid ads come in. Because if Facebook shut down, Instagram shut down, I'm looking for attention somewhere else. Could be YouTube, could be Google, wherever attention goes, people will move off. They'll move on to other platforms, other apps, something else will pop up. And I'm looking to get into that paid advertising space to get people's attention, get them, and then be able to market in front of them, be able to market my message in front of them, turn this interest into desire, and then take them through the same process. Take them through the same process. But you can't take people through the same process if your whole business is run on organic marketing on Facebook. Because if it shuts down for 9 hours, it would have cost a lot of people a lot of money. It could have cost a lot of people are not happy. For me, it's kind of like going, okay, well, where are ads at? What do I need to be looking at? Is this going to stabilize? Great. Facebook, Instagram shut down, there'll be another platform. Don't care what it is. It will pop up. It could be, I would use YouTube interimly to grab attention, get market the message, have a consult in front of Zoom here, and then close them. I would switch out Facebook. I'd use Slack. I'd be like, hey, come and join my Slack channel. Same shit, right? What's really interesting about this is if you don't understand the concept of paid advertising and marketing, you're fucked. Like your business will disappear, and having that volatility and vulnerability is not good for any person looking to build an empire. And it comes to understanding paid advertising first and referrals first. Build an amazing product so that you get referrals, and then amplify that with paid advertising. Content, that's icing on the cake. We're doing a lot of content now, but you're going to notice, like for us, we're doing content now because we have a fucking incredible product. We work so hard on building an incredible community, incredible culture. We have such an incredible product. We have over 200 coaches working with us. We then mastered paid advertising. So you'll never jump on Facebook and not see an ad from me, not see content, not see something to add value to. And then this is where the branding comes in, and this is where most people don't know how to dominate with content. And this is the space that I'm figuring out. right as we speak. You know, one of these is a podcast, video podcast. This will be distributed on iTunes, Spotify. And so many people do shit the wrong way. They'll focus on creating posts and content because their time doesn't mean anything. And their time doesn't mean anything. And if I spent all of my time writing content, we wouldn't be where we are. You know, we're in a pretty good spot. We wouldn't be where we are. And it's the same thing with our super, super high successful achievers. They don't spend all their time on content. They spend all the time building their product, spend their time advertising, marketing, and then they amplify the game with content. Very, very simple. Yeah.
What is your thought process when you think about, okay, so we talk about the concept of getting their attention with paid advertising, and there's a direct ROI, and you can control with Facebook on who gets to see it with your audience. So what is your thought process of finding that audience?
So the thought, it's really funny. It's really funny that you say that. Whatever you say is going to attract and repel the right and the wrong person. If you say it in a way that attracts the right and the wrong person. That is, so many people want to stand out. They go, I want to be different. I want people to see me as different. I want people to pay me. And they do nothing to stand out. So a lot of times you'll notice with my ads, especially on video, like I'm very straightforward. I'm very direct. I swear, I put my heart on my sleeve. I say it, I literally say it how I think it is. There is very little filter to me. And I'm intense because this is an area that I'm passionate about. But what you'll notice is that it pulls in the right people. Now, I don't get the people, like the people watch, my prospects will watch the first 10, 15, 20 seconds of me and make a decision to go, man, I just don't like that Asian guy. Swears too much. Oh, that Asian guy's up himself. Fuck him. Oh, that Asian guy is kind of my vibe. I like him. He's telling the fucking truth. So in those 15 to 20 seconds, prospects making a decision. Now they're going, sweet, I like him. I don't like him. If they don't like me, they don't move. And hence I never have to deal with them. It's filtering for a specific reason. The issue comes when you're too afraid to speak what you really believe in. And the issue comes when you're vanilla and then you get a whole bunch of people that kind of like you, but they don't love you enough to buy from you. They don't love you enough to see you as different to everybody else. They'll like you for today. And this is a really common thing. I want you to understand that people that follow you on social media, they like you, but their loyalty to you is very fleeting. That is, they like you for today, my friend. That is, they like you for today. Don't know if they'll like you tomorrow. Fuck, if you put up a wrong post, if you like borderline that shit, if you put up a post, anything around religion, politics, or you change their mind, they're like, that would jump to the other side as quickly as possible. They'll be like, fuck you, man. I thought you were cool. I thought you were cool. What do you mean? And they shape you.
Yeah.
You allow your fans and followers to shape you, and that's the wrong way, because it's like, I want the people to listen to me truly because this is the path that I believe in, which then makes it easy, because when you actually have people paying you, high-end clients paying you, they're the true fans, they're the true followers, and that allows you to be more of you. Whereas this whole stigma of getting a like, getting a follower, and then feeling the pressure to not say the wrong things, to keep that follower, that's a whole lot of bullshit. You can't say the right things. You actually now filter yourself. And so that goes back to your question to this game of advertising. How do you get the right clients? Well, you say the right things to attract the client that you want to attract. If you're talking directly to men, talk directly to men who are married, who are living a mediocre life. Tell them that they should be playing a bigger game and that you understand how they feel. If you can talk to women and mums, then talk to them in their language and go, you're not playing a fucking bigger game. But hey, it's not your fault because you're marketed to X, Y, and Z and you've believed this. But if you spend the next 2 minutes with me, I'm going to share with you some of the things that are going to completely blow your mind, but you know to be true, but you've allowed to be buried under the bullshit of the entire fitness industry. All of that comes with marketing and not targeting. Okay, targeting, just to answer the other question, is really interesting because people go, well, who do I target? Do I target females 25 to 30 in Facebook who make more than 150,000 a year. They go for that because, you know, they think that they've got money. They do X, Y, and Z. And I go, it doesn't matter who you target, because your message in the ad will target and pull in the right people and repel the wrong person. So if you spend all your time figuring out the ad sets and the targeting where they're at, that's the wrong idea. It's the message in the ad that's going to pull in the right and the wrong person. Okay, so just to give you a bit of context on that. But yeah, I think to answer the question, this little outage today just reinforces the idea of understanding, getting attention, converting that interest into desire, converting that desire into a client to build a raving fan. You know, the goal for us is never to build a big following. The goal for us is to build 1,000 true fans. Mm-hmm. True fucking fans, loyal fans, people that are going to be there. And I think especially the people inside of, you know, Secrets of the Online Coach, you can see we have true fans. We have people that will fight for us. And it took time because we built a fucking great product. We had leadership, and we lead by example. I think this is one of the biggest things that you'll see in 2019, 2020, that those that don't lead will fall behind. Because on that note, what would you do? What would you do? What would you do? You just you can't put that cute, pretty face on Instagram. No more squat videos on Instagram. No more boys DMing you on Instagram. All of that would just crumble. So I think it really, you know, it really shines a light, especially after yesterday's conversation on organic, why we don't like organic. This goes in to go, well, if you are organic, this just crumbles straight away. Learn the art of paid advertising, learn how to market your message. It is fucking difficult, but here's the reality. You know what's difficult? Being fucking broke and not moving forward, and then being a victim or a slave to social medias where you feel you've got popularity, but really you have no control. Okay.
I think something that we're really talking about on this conversation is learning the skill of marketing versus learning the skill of popularity or Facebook or Instagram, where a lot of people, what they do is they sell you how to market on Facebook. They don't actually teach you the marketing skill,
the marketing principle. And so there's a complete difference between Facebook ads and the principles where you understand how direct response marketing works, from gaining attention, interest, conversion. I'm sure we'll dive into that at some stage, but the gist of it is this, and this is what I push so hard inside of the 1%. If you have a message that matters and you're willing to lead and die by that message, you'll win. But the reasons why most people don't win is because they want to lead. They want to lead. They want to be seen as a leader, but they don't want to take and do the actions of a leader. Like, they want everybody to see them as a leader. They want to get the wins, but they don't want to do the bad. They want the good, they don't want the bad. And the bad of leadership is going first in the unknown. The bad of leadership is getting thrones and rocks thrown at you for believing in something and getting hated on for having a message that you believe in. Okay? The bad of leadership, not so much the bad, but the negatives that you're going to face is not knowing what you're doing and figuring out the path and then staying true to your own North Compass. And that's the bad, and nobody talks about this. So if you want to lead, then fucking lead. Have a message. Stick by your principles every day. Learn from your revelations, insights, and then share it with people that are looking to be led. That's the only way I can see you growing a business. I don't know how to grow a fitness business that sells abs and arm workouts and commoditize things that are symptom solvers. I know how to help. I fucking know the game. If you're a leader and you have a message that you want to share to the world that you know is to be true, I can fucking help you 110%. If you don't have a message, I can't. It's as simple as that. There is, you can't make money selling ebooks online anymore. Like you can't. That shortage of information when it first came on, that's gone. That's not going to happen. What you can do is you can make money sharing a message and sharing a vision to the world or to your prospects, and then helping them get coached to that vision, because you're the only one that offers that solution to them. Well, I reckon that's a bit. I reckon we should
Let me
wrap
ask
that
you a fun
up.
question.
Oh, this is a
So
fun question.
Facebook closes down today. Zuckerberg says, I want to quit this business. Don't
Yeah,
want to do it anymore on Instagram. Which platform would you use?
good question. Uh, I would
You
immediately. I would. So if Facebook goes down, Instagram goes down, WhatsApp goes down, I would immediately jump on Snapchat. I jump back onto Twitter. Twitter would become the new Facebook, as it became the new Facebook. Everyone went there to post their statuses. I jump onto Twitter, I jump onto Snapchat, and I jump onto YouTube ads. Those are the three forms that I would begin to do ASAP. Yeah, Mania got it right. Snap and Twitter. But yeah, those are the three forms that I'd begin to go out and explore getting attention. Understanding that Facebook, when Facebook goes down, something else is going to rise. Like when a big market crash comes down, something else rises really quick. There's opportunity. So I'm sure there'd probably be 5 to 10 different companies that would rise rapidly, and I keep an eye out on that. And then I try to figure out that game as quickly as possible, whilst it's very cheap, because very few people, so many people would complain about how it's so good with Facebook and Google's expensive and they would go to YouTube. But I'm looking for that next thing that's coming up that's going to be super cheap that people are going to in droves. But I would say that Twitter, just from my perspective, people jump to Twitter to use that as their rant, their one-page liners. YouTube, but then there's something else that would jump up. I'd get all over that thing and look for trends.
And some people talk about, back in the day, 3 years ago, YouTube was really easy to get popular because nobody was doing it. So any channel created, eventually 3 years later, you'll hit a tipping point where people get to know you more and more. Do you ever have a fear of going, this is a new platform, I'm a really late adopter to this platform?
No,
Have I missed the boat?
nah, there's no, there's no fucking, like, here's the reality. If you have good content to share and you're really an expert and you can communicate that message, I don't care where you are. Like for us now, we're starting YouTube with this. It is going to go on YouTube. And if you have a message to share and you're actually good at what you do, you'll rise to the top. Like you just have to be persistent enough to rise to the top. Whereas most people give up. Like I don't want to go early to the game. Like it's good to find your lucky breaks, but I always know if persistence will always beat luck any day of the week. But persistence with a good message, persistence with great content, like you have to be good at what you do. Like no one's going to listen to you if you're regurgitating the same shit as everybody else. Like the shit that's original only comes from your own experiences and your own revelations and your own stories of experiencing the theory that you learned about. So if you get really good at what you do, you persist for long enough, and you have a message and you have a backbone with that message, like you're not a snowflake. You don't get butthurt when people tell you a different opinion, and you can't accept and you can't respect other people's opinions, understanding that that's their revelations and yours are only yours, and you get more butthurt about everything, then the game's not for you. And there's nothing wrong with that. You're just bound to work as an employee and be safe and be a follower, and that's not good or bad. It is what it is. You'll have a different life to say someone like me who's going to go out there and charge first. You know what I mean? But yeah.
I want to add a piece to that, because a lot of the clients come to me and they produce a Facebook page for the first time, and
Yeah.
I tell them, go live every single day. and speak out your message, speak out your principles, start practicing it. And the first thing they come back to me is saying, but nobody's going to watch it. And it's funny because in my head, I think to myself, it's better that nobody listens to you because you are going to fuck up. And this is going to be a skill that you build over time. The people that's watching you at the very beginning is actually a good thing, and keep practicing until you get really freaking good.
I think people will just find an excuse for anything. So here's the reality. You give that same person 10,000 people that's going to watch them live, they'll go, I can't do this, too much, too many people, fuck this shit. No, I'm not ready. I need more time. You give them no one. They go, oh fuck. You'll give them 10 people. They go, there's never a right perfect amount. There's never. Your amount will be 87. And then if you get 84, too little. You get 97, you freak your pants out. So I think people come up with these excuses. And at the end of the day, it's all of this. All of this is a game of building your own library to give you contrast of where you once were, to see how you have grown to where you are today. I mean, we look back. I let Kerry in on, I remember letting you in on my sports model project girls back in the days in 2013 when I picked you up at the gym. That guy shooting that video, like tell them what that video was about. It was me in my kitchen and I was shy. I didn't have a voice. I was shaking. I was probably reading off a script. I looked like I was 12 years old, you know, and he couldn't lead anybody because he couldn't lead himself. Like that guy wouldn't have made it, but that guy needed to put in the reps, and it's rep after rep after rep after rep, conversation after conversation, thousands upon thousands to be who I am today. And this contrast here today is going to be a different version of me in the next 3 years with more reps. And that's the beauty of it. But you can't be great if you don't start, and people don't want to get started. They'll give any fucking excuse. And it's not if you can start, it's whether or not you can keep going. And so that's what I talk about. And in our previous episode, I said, man, I looked up to so many people when I first started, and now we've surpassed them, and now they've disappeared. And there are only a couple of people that I see that have sustained that growth and that grow year on year. You know, we hope to be one of them in the next fucking 10 years. But if I'm not, then I don't deserve you to listen to me because I didn't make it. And that's just life. That's just fair. If I don't make it in 10 years, don't fucking listen to me. Like, just look at where we're going and acknowledge that for yourself. Because if you're not good, you wouldn't be able to grow. People who are not good can't sustain growth year on year. They might be able to get a few months and then they crumble because their foundations are shit. But have a look at the people that have grown for the last 3 years minimum. Don't look at a year. Don't look at Bitcoin because that was a year only to tumble down. But look at people that go year on year on year on year on year. And there are very few of them. And those are the people that you should be following, because those are the ones that know how to grow and what it takes to grow.
It's actually very interesting because catching attention is very much about a point in time of when you catch someone's attention. You are where you are, they are where they are. And sometimes forget about the road all the way leading to that point in time for that person to catch your attention. But I know where you've come from. I know it's taken you years, and I know it's going to be a hell of a long time that we stick around and we just keep persisting, doing what we do, keep evolving, doing what we do.
It's really funny because when you see the game like this, and I don't think a lot of people see the game like this like we do, that if you can remove the result, it doesn't matter what the result is. Doesn't fucking matter. Like, nothing's going to change my action today as I keep learning more shit, building better products, building a better program, hiring more people. Nothing's going to change that, right? Like, that's embedded. Just like a fit personal trainer goes to the gym, they lift weights, and they fucking meal prep. Like nothing's going to change it. Like regardless of how fat, how skinny they get, they're still going to do the same thing. And most people, the reasons why they don't get results is because when they don't see results, they change the core actions. And it's all about delayed gratification in business. It's not instant gratification. I believe gym, physical form, is the most instant gratifying thing that you can do. Because if you overeat one day and then you undereat the next, you suddenly drop weight. And you go, oh, sweet, I'm going to reinforce this behavioral pattern to undereat because I see results instantly. In business, you start advertising, you start marketing, you see a return maybe in a month. A fucking month. And a month in our world, in the trenches, feels like a year. And if you can't be okay with that and be comfortable with the uncomfortable, you're screwed. This is what kills people. And this is what kills most clients of fitness coaches, is that when they stop seeing results, they change their habits, their routines, their tweaks. They just go off and they do something else. So if you can remove the result from the actions and focus on the actions, the success actions, you will be successful. And if you don't need the result. But most people want results too quickly, too soon. And when they don't see it, they stop. Okay. But yeah, there's so much more to uncover, but I think let's keep it on point with what to do to grow your business if Facebook shut fucking down. And they shut down for 9 hours. A lot of people freaked the fuck out. I would personally go back to my product, go talk to my people, go and see how I can serve them more, go and see how I can turn 17 into 25, add more value without leveraging in more of my time. And then I would go in to these other platforms and start to go, shit, they're underpriced right now. I'm going to go use them. And then I'm going to go look at trends. That's simply it. K-Bod, it's a pleasure. Want to wrap it up? Any final words?
Internet hubby.
Internet wife. Have a phenomenal day, guys, that are checking in with us inside of the Facebook group. Thanks for checking in. If you have any thoughts, questions, just leave them down below and we'll get back to you. With that said, we are out. Have a wonderful day.
Yesterday wasn't easy. I had to say goodbye to my best friend. Thought to the end